What is good? What is happening, everyone? My name is Ferris Mdana. Welcome to a great edition of the Rewatchers Council. We are back. We are doing our MCU Rewatcher series. We took a little break, but we are back and better than ever. We are coming back and reviewing Guardians of the Galaxy 1, a surprise hit, some people say, in the phase 1 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Or is it phase 2? It was phase two. It's phase two. Phase 2. I apologize. I got my phases wrong. But thank you for having us with you today. And the person that helped me get my phases correctly is none other than my right-hand man, Justin. Justin, how are you, dog?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. Just got off work, ready to talk a little Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Absolutely. And joining us today is supporter, patron, Discord member, our overall friend, Matt. Matt, how are you, dog?
Doing well, thank you.
That's great. But before we get into it, guys, let's give you a little numbers by the Guardians. The Guardians opened with $94,320,883 at the box office opening, grossing over $772,776,600. So it made a bunch of money on I believe the budget was, double checking here. I don't know where it is. I believe the budget was $195 million initially, so it made a hefty penny. It was James Gunn's first foray into the MCU, and now he's the leader of the DC studios. But guys, before we get into it, let me ask you, I believe it was it July? No, it wasn't July. It was August 1st, 2014. Where were you, Justin?
Shit, man. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. I didn't go see this movie. That's opening night.
Did you see it in theaters?
I did see it in the theaters, but I didn't go opening night.
All right.
It was one of those ones I waited a couple of days. Let the rip rap,
the word of mouth, if it gets comebacks positive, understandable. Matt, do you remember where you were on August 1st, 2014?
I didn't see this movie when it came out in theaters at all. So.
Oh yeah, you got it on TV?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So different experiences. I too saw it on TV. I didn't actually see this in theaters. I don't remember seeing this in theaters. I don't think I did. So I think I'm with you, man. I saw this on TV. Guys, let's get right into it. Justin, do you still like this movie upon the rewatch?
Yes. I still like this movie. Now, I'll have a little bit of criticism about this movie, but it really wasn't about this movie when it first came out. So, as we're doing this watch along, one of the cool things about this, going back and rewatching these is like, you now know where they're at today. So, you can when you rewatching these, you
have a lot of context.
Yeah, a lot of context behind everything else. I do think the success of this movie with the characters that wasn't well known and everything else did kind of hurt the MCU on the back end, because I feel like there is a lot of comedy in here, which makes sense for the cast of characters in this particular movie. But I think the comedy started getting too much as we went past this movie. I think this movie rubbed off on people, and they were like, "Oh, dude, if we try to be silly and goofy
more comedy,
all the time, silly and goofy all the time, more and more. That's how we're going to get people, because hey, look how good the Guardians of the Galaxy did, and nobody even knew those characters and everything else." So yeah, I do enjoy the movie, and I think it's good, but I do think the leaders at the MCU started taking
So that's not really the Guardians of the Galaxy's fault. That's not.
Oh yeah, exactly. No, that's what I'm saying.
So the movie initially, I don't think it's funny. It's not. It's not our fault.
And I think it's perfect for this style of movie.
Yeah,
you got these characters.
I think I'll talk about it as well. Yeah. I'll talk about how this was the prime example of how you should do a superhero film. Matt, going to you. Question of the day: do you still like this movie upon rewatch?
Yeah, I like this movie. When it first came out, the first couple times I saw it, I didn't care for it at all. I still have some problems with it for sure, but yeah, it's a good movie, and it has good music for sure.
Yeah, definitely the music. Yeah,
killed it the most.
Yeah, I actually own the vinyl for that. I bought it actually last week, so I saw it at my local record store. So I took it I was pretty happy about it. I loved it. I loved it upon rewatch. I loved it initially. I think this movie is an action adventure comedy. Like that's
Right.
the genre of this film, and I think that's how superhero films should be. Like you should make so you use superheroes. It's like a vessel, and you make like Winter Soldier. We talked about Winter Soldier. I wasn't on it, but I believe you, Justin, was Adelia on it. I don't know, but you watched Winter Soldier, right? And you saw it's Captain America, Robert Redford, but it's a spy espionage, government overthrowing movie. Like it's a spy film, with it's kind of a
Right.
thriller. It's a bit of a thriller, and that's what we should really do. What superhero films are. You make a movie, but you make a movie in in this case, I believe it was an action comedy adventure. And I think James Gunn hit it out of the park. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was very I'm gonna admit this to everybody. I've always thought I wasn't a big comic guy growing up. I didn't know a lot about the comics. I didn't know everything. I thought the Spider-Man movies were based on the cartoon that I watched. You know what I mean? That's the way I didn't really know about that. So when I found out that the Guardians, I thought the Guardians were like, oh, Guardians are well known, right? I didn't know that the Guardians are like a D-list, E-list comic book characters. Like they're in the comics they're nothing. Like they don't like kind of matter. So seeing what James Gunn done with a bunch of nobodies, it was really good, man. And I think every character fits. It's tremendous. I'm a big fan of James Gunn. That's why I think he's gonna do well at DC. This was prime example. I loved it. I quite enjoyed it. Any favorite moments? Then we'll get into some nitpicks and criticisms later on. Matt, what about you? Any favorite moments of this film?
Um, I still always like the first breakout scene where Rocket tells them to grab all this stuff and just give me that guy's eye,
That was his leg.
his leg.
Yeah.
He never
The eye is the
needed it.
second one. The eye is the second one.
Yeah, he never needed it. The
Yeah,
whole
he's like,
time.
oh, yeah. Continue. Sorry, Matt. Sorry.
It's just like a funny character thing that it's like,
Yeah, yeah, I love that scene too. I love that scene. What about you, Justin?
Mine's the whole setup for the whole like crew and like how they got together and stuff like that for the
Oh, when
movie
they
like
attack
this.
each other
Just, yeah,
on
yeah.
yeah.
But it's kind of like the whole thing because like what
Mhm.
Matt just said and what I'm saying kind of almost fits. It kind of collides into this big moment at the beginning of the film. That's what makes it. I think a lot of people love it is because like it starts off heartfelt moment. There's no like things to ruin that. Star Lord and his mom. You know what I'm saying? Like when
Mhm.
she's dying and all this stuff, and like you feel him for the kid. Then it shows him older, but like I thought it was a creative way to have these group of characters like get together, and it was a cool way to do it where you didn't have to tell a backstory on each one of them. You kind of learn their backstory because they're getting thrown in prison. Then you have a reason why the guy is standing there talking about, oh, this person does this or this person's in here for this and stuff like that. And then they end up meeting Drax and as they're incarcerated or whatever.
Mhm.
But that whole sequence of like what Matt's talking about, like them escaping, but them getting together even to begin with, and then like things starting to work out, I
Mhm.
thought was like really creative. And like I said, for a movie like this, it was done really well. So that would be my favorite thing. It's just like the team kind of coming together
Mhm.
there at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. Me, any scene with Rocket, any scene. That's my favorite character. Shout out to Sean Gunn and Bradley Cooper because technically they're the character together because Bradley gives the voice and Sean Gunn mocaps the body. So let's not disrespect the mocap of Sean Gunn. He grueling days having to squat down and be Rocket. So shout out to Sean. Yeah, anything with him that he's the star. He's the star. I rewatched it and I realized like yo he is. People assumed Peter Quill blah 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 blah. In
St-
the first film, everyone's kind of like everyone kind of gets their due. In the second one, we'll talk. It's more Peter, but in the first one, no one really. It's not really geared to one character or the other. And I think Rocket is just completely takes over. I'm a big fan of Rocket. Anything with
I
him.
do think it's overall like a Star Lord movie, even in the first one. But I do agree with you that like you have that first moment in the very, when he's a kid with his mom
Hmm.
and that kind of thing. But like I do agree, like once they become together as a team, it's no like there's not a light shined on one character or way more
Yeah.
than the others once they get together.
Yeah, exactly. Because even the scene where they're making sure Ronan the Destroyer ship isn't destroying. They cut back to Rocket talking to the Nova jet fighters, which was really good. So it was that. So before I want to break down the film and then we'll get into the criticisms. Like I want to really talk about the villain breakdown, right? For I want to start. I actually liked Ronan, or is it the destroyer? Or I think it's
Oh,
Ronan the
Drax the
destroyer.
Destroyer,
No, it's Drax the Destroyer, Ronan the Accuser.
Accuser.
Ronan the Accuser. I think I liked Ronan the Accuser, Lee Pace. I didn't hate him when I first watched this, and I didn't hate him now. I liked him as a character. You're setting up the big bad being Thanos, so you kind of have like a villain of a movie. And I think Ronan fit him and Nebula fit very well. I liked it do being puppets of the grand villain, Thanos, which was really cool. I had no problem with the guy. Justin, do you agree, disagree? What do
And
you
I
think?
thought it was kind of cool at the beginning of the film, but then he to me became like a wuss. It became like kind of more garbage as the movie went on. Like when you first see him, he's talking, he's doing his thing, he kills a man with a hammer and stuff. I'm like, oh, badass, bro. We
Mm-hmm.
got a villain up in here, boy. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And then
Absolutely.
he just becomes like a kind of like a just a trash character more and
How?
more as the
How in
movie
what
went on.
way?
Just because like I said, they set him up to be a badass, and then the MCU does this a little bit, a lot. Now looking back on it, is you see a couple of scenes, and it's like, oh yeah, but then they just kind of weak as it comes down to it.
He
They
loses to
set
a
him
dance
up,
battle.
yeah. They set him up, and then they just kind of like I don't know. They get less like scary. It shouldn't be like that. They should be getting more and more and more scary until the very end, and you have to uh win against this like crazy thing. But then it's
You have to
like,
dig deep and
yeah, most of the
yeah.
time though with the MCU, and I think they did it some in this movie. It's not as noticeable to me in this movie just because of the fact that the movie is kind of goofy. So some of the stuff you can get away with in a movie like this, and it's not as noticeable as some of the other films when it comes to the villains or whatnot. But like I will say, they made him kind of like serious and kind of badass, and then it became uh, more and more of like not as serious as the movie kind of went on. So
Mm-hmm.
to be honest with you, like I said, one of the opening things is him like giving this kind of talk about like what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just like kills a dude by like smashing his hammer into him, like smashes a dude with his hammer.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, bro, he just like went hardcore on that bastard. And it's like the rest of it just to me just didn't hit as much after like that the first few scenes you got of him.
Yeah. Matt, do you agree, disagree?
Yeah, to me, he was just like what's his name from Thor: The Dark World. Fuck it, he was just some
Malekith?
throw. Yeah, some throwaway ass dude. He never did shit. He killed that one dude and then never did anything else the whole movie. And we're supposed to like be so afraid of this motherfucker. Like, it made no sense. And then my biggest thing with this movie is that stupid dance off. Like, how is a starting to dance going to be confusing some fucking all powerful dude that we're afraid of, and is going to lead to them defeating him and shit. It's just so dumb to me. Like,
Mm-hmm. I
I
think
was
I,
And
pissed.
I think
because of
it
the
wasn't
tone
it
they
was
set, yeah, I was just gonna say because of the tone they set, it's not the worst thing in the world. It definitely would be super bad if it was a more serious tone movie.
mm-hmm.
But I mean, me and Ferris has got to get together and talk about Superman, and some of the same stuff's going to come up like in a movie like that. It's made by James Gunn, and that's sort of the like critiques I have with James Gunn is like you can go and have fun with most of his movies. I would say so. I would say overall I've had fun with a decent amount of his movies, but there's always like stuff in there that's like
You want it to
doesn't
be
make
more
sense to me.
serious.
Yeah. Well, just in certain moments, but like even with that being said,
I
like
think Guardians when we talk Guardians 3, I think he showed you he can do serious. Because that was serious. That was
I
intense.
think the problem with James Gunn is once you've seen, especially back to back movies from him, the problem is I already know what's fitting to happen. Like he's one of those people. It's like
He set a
you're around
formula
him
for
the first
himself.
time. Well, you're around him the first time. His kind of humor and jokes get you the first time. So, like in this movie, it seemed like most of the jokes and stuff were well timed, well placed, and everything else. And it was something new. So, like, you even had more fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, then when you watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I could almost finish the damn jokes. I could almost say the punchline almost every time because, like, it gets too obvious with him whenever it comes down to it. When I'm watching even like Suicide Squad that he did, because of watching the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, like leading into that movie that he ended up doing there, it's the same kind of thing to where you kind of like almost know what joke's coming before it even gets there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's get into the slight critiques that we have. Uh, let's start off with you, Matt. You said the dance battle scene. You weren't a big fan of anything else that you were like on rewatch. You're like, okay, yeah, that didn't really go over as well with me, like it did the first time, or it never went over well with you.
Um, just how dumb they make Drax too. Like he's this stupid fucking guy that he takes everything so literally. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. He's kind of just useless to me, basically.
Is that more of a James Gunn thing or a comic book thing? Because isn't that what he is in the comics?
I had no clue. Like I never knew these
Yeah, that's the
guys.
thing. Yeah, that's always been the thing with me is I never read it. I didn't even know who the Guardians of the Galaxy were. I didn't even know they had comics. So you're kind of, you know, just going off of what you see. Really, most people were.
Well, I
Um,
give characters like basically like free will whenever I'm watching a movie, like, and it's a new character. They set him up to
mhm.
be like that from the beginning. I
Yeah,
don't like it when you portray a character as something and then you kind of
change it
change
up.
it, or they do like weird stuff in the middle that doesn't make any
Mhm.
sense. But I feel like they pretty much set that up
Everything he
for
did
the
made sense.
right. Yeah, everything he did makes sense for the character they set up. He's a big muscle, like just dumb guy, right? Like and whatever. So I don't have no problem with that as long as you set it up from the very beginning and you don't like switch back and forth from it and however like whatever. So I feel
Hmm.
like that was okay. I actually like all the characters in this. And like I said, you like this movie because it's a fun movie. You go
Yeah.
in, you don't know the characters very well. You go in and watch it the first time, especially when I went in the theaters, and I
Hmm.
was pleasantly surprised. They're like, oh yeah, dude, I actually kind of like all these characters. I like Rocket. I like Drax is like dry, just being really stupid kind of humor.
Hmm.
Uh Chris Pratt's always been like a pretty good actor as well. Then we had
Comedic.
Gamora,
Yeah.
her character, and everything else. Like
No, we.
I thought all of them, the characters were like interesting and kind of fun to hang out with. Now, to me, the criticisms come with some of the stuff surrounding some of it and that kind of thing.
Hmm. What do you
It's
mean?
like,
Expand upon that.
look, oh yeah, it's like I was talking about earlier. It's like, so you got these characters, they're really cool. I think the bad guy ends up faltering. I really, to be honest with you, I think this movie would have been a better movie. I know why they have Ronan in there. It's just
Hmm.
because of the fact they want to have Thor. I mean, Thanos. But like, the thing is, me as Yondu was trying to like deal with Thanos basically too because he's trying to get that stone, trying to get
Hmm.
it. He's trying to actually sell it to Ronan at that time to get it to Thanos. Well, why not just knock the middleman out? You could have just not even had Ronan in here, and it
Hmm.
could have been this action adventure, goofy fun with Yondu versus Star Lord the entire time, and they got this like uh, cool little like nuanced relationship where they used to be like he was like a father figure for him for a
Hmm.
while, right? That kind of situation, and they're
Yes.
kind of going back and forth on it and stuff like that during the entire movie. You know, I think that would have been like overall better movie than what was actually given. But like I said, I enjoy the movie, so it's just one of those deals. But it's it's like,
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
what is Alexa doing? I didn't even say anything
They can't,
even close to Alexa.
can't even
But
help
anyway,
us. We're trying to dissect Guardians of the Galaxy. And they can't. The Alex can't even help us.
yeah, but I didn't even say
That
nothing
sounded
that
like a
sounded like
dude,
that.
so it's
Why
more
did
of
it even
Alex.
come up? But anyway,
Yeah.
the biggest deal to me, like I said, is some of that. Like I think it would have been a cooler scene too. Like if he would have just been upset from his mom dying, why did he have to? Why did they have to throw the grandfather just in there for no reason, just to be an asshole that runs away? That like takes him out of the room and sets him down. Is like, stay right here. And then you can see like he's getting the hell out of Dodge because he doesn't want to take care of the kid. Like I thought that was a little goofy. Like why
Well,
do we
no,
have to
I
go?
don't think that was that goofy. He just said, "Stay right there. I gotta check on my daughter who's dying."
No, he
They
doesn't.
don't.
He like leaves. He doesn't even go back in the room.
I thought he
The
did.
granddad basically it's like to make the scene even worse. Like his mom dies, and then she just said your grandfather's going to take care of you. The grandfather takes him out of the room, sets him down, and says, "I gotta go," and then leaves in the other direction out of the place. Like he's abandoned him to make it even worse.
Oh,
Then you see the kid run out of the place, and then he gets basically abducted by the ship. I guess it would have been Yondu or
yeah, the
whoever.
Ravager. Yeah,
Right. Like taking him up in like the spaceship. I just think you couldn't have had that part in there. Just had him like there, sad moment with his mom dying of like cancer, I'm going to assume, or whatever it was. And
which
then
can't
like
get cancer.
he gets upset, right? Because his mom's dying and he kind of like runs out of the room and then he's like kind of running away crying or whatever. And then he just gets taken up. I don't know why they had to do the granddad. Throw that in there. Like I said, there's just like minor things. And it's the same kind of situation. I think you've seen Superman. I think even Matt's
Yes,
seen it, so we're probably going to do a Superman one here pretty soon in the next day or two, hopefully, to
I
get
want to
that out
rewatch
there.
it. I want to rewatch it.
But the thing, it's the same kind of problem I have with some of the James Gunn things. It's like some of the surrounding stuff it gets either too goofy or it doesn't matter or whatever. But like the main characters, the main like that situation, and sometimes
Mhm.
the plot's not super great, right? Of the whole entire thread through the movie. But like your characters and stuff, man, you're having so much fun with them on their adventure and things that are going on. You're willing to like let things slide. Like if you're not trying to super critique it, you walk out of the movie, you're with your friend, and you say, "Man, that was a fun movie. That was a fun ride. I liked it. I thought it was probably like a 7.5 or 8 or something like that, like a good number, whatever." But yeah, man, like I enjoyed it, man. Had fun, and your friends saying the same thing. But then on the car ride home, right? That's your immediate thing coming out of the
Mhm.
doors of the theater. You get in the car, you start chilling. Maybe you got a 30-minute ride to like get to your place, and you and your friends like talking, and you start actually breaking down some of the things. You're like, oh, that didn't make no sense, or this right here didn't make no sense. But like I said, you still enjoy the movie. Even on a rewatch, like just did, I enjoyed it overall. It's just like you have those like minor quips or minor things that you want to talk about. That's like, why was this there? Why did this happen? And kind of that kind of stuff.
Matt, agree to disagree, agree or disagree? You want to add anything?
Um, just also like the whole relationship between Star Lord and fucking and
Gamora.
Gamora, dude, is just like so forced to me. Like even when they act like they're supposedly into each other, it doesn't seem like it at all. Like she's a fucking like warrior ass chick. Like
I understand what Matt's saying, but I do think it like even though I may have
Nah,
criticisms of the next
I
couple
don't
of
agree.
movies.
I don't. I
No,
think.
no, listen to me though on this one, and then you can like say, and you have your pushback. But I was just gonna say, to me, the relationship gets like this first movie. I kind of agree. It's not the best ever. There are some like okay moments or whatever. I don't think it's all crap, but like
Mhm.
as the movies progress, one of the things I did like, enjoyed, even though like the comedy kind of gets stale to me as we go to two, as we go to Guardians Galaxy 3. The relationship between them two gets better
Mhm.
over the movies. Like I would say their relationship is better in two, and then their
Mhm.
relationships at a certain point, even though it gets a little strained for certain certain things during the plot of the movie on three. But I actually think it gets built over their time together. It's like as they're actors and actresses working together like they are, like they kind of got the chemistry better and better and better as they work together.
Yeah, no, Matt. I think Matt. I think you're right. I think I was using probably my overall connection to the relationship scene with the. I should just focused on the first movie. Yeah, I think it was. I think it may have been forced because she didn't want him. Like
yeah,
she didn't want him. And then as the movie progresses, because I think at the end of the movie, they they're not together still, and I think that so probably as 2 and 3, well actually just 2 because 3 she's not really in it, so there's that. But yeah, I think yeah I can see that. I can see that. I won't push back on it.
the
I won't
The
push back on
biggest
it.
question is, guys, because I will admit, she's not a bad looking green person. Okay,
No, absolutely not.
all right. But my question would be
it's like Jennifer Beals in the Book of Boba Fett.
right. My question would be like, would you want to get with a green person?
Well,
Would you like
in this universe, I don't. The question is, do you want to bang an alien?
would you be
You know,
attracted to a green person? Is what I'm saying. Like
I
if
would
they
be
was
attracted
green
to
all the
that
time.
green. Well, to that green person, I would be.
Okay, Matt. What about you, man?
No,
I don't know if I could get over
I'm
her being
racist as
green.
shit. I'm racist as shit. I ain't going no green.
He said he ain't going to get no green person, bro. Like,
No alien for me.
bro, if the
You got
aliens are
alien,
green, bro, if the aliens come down to Earth and they are green, Matt's like, nah, hell no,
Yeah.
hell no.
But if they come down to Earth and they look like Zoe Saldana as a green person, I'll be like, you know what? Let's hear them out. Let's
Let's
hear
don't
them
say
out.
no.
Like,
Let's don't say no.
let's
So
not say no
hastily.
just yet, guys. Let's have a conversation.
Let's don't say no.
Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Let's have a conversation first. So yeah,
Like the conversation we was having right before we started recording.
yeah, yes, just like that, exactly, 110%. But I think I think we've gotten to really dissected this film. Ain't nothing really much to add. Because I think that the problem is, I think Justin, you probably right. I think they saw this work, right? They saw this work, and they saw this movie. It's an ensemble film with a bunch of people, and then after that, a bunch of their movies became ensemble films.
Right,
So they
just had a natural because they always have to have
naturally
things
they
work.
have to be more ensemble because the world then keeps getting collided in Avenger films and Civil War.
To me, they took away from this comedy in these films work. Look what it did.
Yeah.
Look how good Guardians of the Galaxy did. This movie made more money than some of the bigger characters' first couple of films.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm not mistaken, this movie made more money than say like even one or two of the Iron Man.
Thor. I think Thor made money more than Thor,
stuff
Captain
like that.
America. Yeah.
So sometimes studios take the wrong thing from something.
Mm-hmm.
To me, they should have took, bro, we keep the serious, heartfelt stories with these main characters that should be more serious characters.
Give everyone some shine in the story.
Right. But when we imply or when we add Guardians characters, then we have the fun.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, it was like they tried to have the fun a little too much with everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now Ant-Man's goofy. Now, Captain America even
I'll
starts
defend
making more
Ant-Man.
jokes.
No. I'll defend it. Ant-Man's a heist comedy, so it's supposed to be funny. Reed, I defend that.
And I'll say this, like, because of the person you like hired to play the part and everything.
Paul Rudd, Peyton Reed, yes.
Paul Rudd, yeah. So I agree with like that character could be funny, but
Michael Pena.
Iron Man shouldn't be funny all the time. Mm-hmm. Captain America shouldn't be funny all the time.
Captain America is very serious.
Yeah, Thor. But even that's what I'm saying. After this film, if you start paying attention to Captain America, even he starts making even more and more jokes and trying to do things that are silly at times.
But I don't remember Civil War being that funny. Civil War is very serious.
What is the next movie in this series? Like, what's the next movie we will be breaking down? Do you even know?
No, I don't.
Is it Civil War?
No, I don't think it's. Hold up. Let me check. I have a way to check, guys. I have a way to check.
It's like Thor: The Dark World or Civil War has got to be one of the next films.
No, we already seen Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah.
So
Malekith, the evil elf. I got you right now. Shout out to Infinity Saga. We're at Guardians, correct?
Yep.
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then what's the next couple? So Avengers: Age of Ultron,
Ant-Man, Civil War, and then Doctor Strange.
Okay. Yeah, but you got to remember the way they were putting these movies out. So what I'm talking about wouldn't be immediate the next few movies because a lot of these movies were happening but they're
already made.
They were already like written. Most of them was already in like pre-production, already starting to film some of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like because they were at this point in time, they're starting to put out 3 or 4 movies a goddamn year in some cases.
Yeah.
So like a lot of these movies have already had their ideas and plan. So what happens is in Hollywood too, a lot of times is like it takes a little time for you to notice a change because or a plan that they have because of the fact that you'll have a couple of things that was already in the works. Then you start getting to the stuff that's going to be different and everything else. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, I enjoy the movie, man.
I enjoyed it too.
I enjoyed the movie still. Like I said, it's fun enough. That's the thing that I'm coming away with James Gunn's films. They're fun rides. You can have fun. You got to turn your brain off a couple of times. Now, I'm not saying he's one of these guys that you have to turn your brain off for the entire movie, right?
No.
But I am saying there is a couple of plot points here and there that's paper fucking thin that you have to like not let it get to you a little bit. There will be a goofy move or a goofy moment like the dance off that you have to kind of, if you're a person that doesn't love something like that you have to kind of ignore. But all the other stuff, you have fun with the characters and everything. You have fun with their journey.
He's a good character guy.
Yeah, good character guy, good like, even adventure style guy, like where he's making some action adventure stuff going on. But like to me, the bad guys, the ultimate evil guys and stuff like that kind of fall flat a little bit sometimes with him. I think it was smart on their part putting Thanos in this movie. A lot of people probably went and saw this movie because they heard Thanos was in it, even though he's only in there for like 10 seconds. Yeah, it's like, come on. But that's smart for them to do. Hey, I got these characters that we might not know, but if we throw Thanos in there, oh shit, people's going to want to go see it because they want to see Thanos on the big screen, even if it's just a small time and stuff like that. So, but like I said, he's good with all that. He's good with like the beginning and middle and all that. I just don't know how great sometimes he is getting closer to the end. And like I said, you have to overlook something that he may do. He's like a guy that he is funny, but then sometimes he tells a joke that like not that many people laugh at. But you're like, you know what? He's funny like 7 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
Right.
Not all jokes hit.
No, yeah, exactly. 100%.
Yeah. It's kind of it's a numbers game.
I give it like a 7.5, somewhere around in that area. But we do the
Stars?
thing for Letterboxd, so I'm going to give this and it's 1 out of 5.
Yes.
I'll give the movie 3.5 stars.
3.5. Matt, you agree? Disagree?
Yeah, I'll give this a 4 out of 5.
All right. So 3.5, 4.
I love Matt. You know why I love Matt?
Why?
Matt will shit on a movie for 30 minutes. He'll be taking the biggest dump on a movie.
But
I'm talking about the dump that when you come out of the bathroom, your fucking jacket or vest or whatever it is fits a little better, right? That kind of a dump on something.
And then you're like, Matt, so what's your rating? Oh, 5 stars.
Yeah, 4.5 out of 5.
4.5. 4.5.
I'm like, bro.
Really, man? I feel like you was trying to say 2.5, but you added 2 more. I'm gonna go 5. Yeah, I'm gonna go 5. I love this film. I thoroughly enjoy this film. I didn't really contribute much because the flaws you say, I don't mind them. I don't really, I'm not
That's
tripping.
the problem we have nowadays.
Yeah.
That's something like with most of our reviews that I do or that we do here on the channel, except for the ones that we do solo, right? But the ones that we do, like we have a panel or whatever on, I feel like that we're all pretty honest and genuine with what we're saying. And a lot of things are going to fall in that 6.5, 7, maybe like a 7.5 range, because you have to be really good to get up to that 8, 9 mark, right? It's got to be a really good, like really solid film to do that. But people are going to criticize the things, even if they enjoy the movie. I enjoy this movie, gave it a pretty good score. Not the best score in the world, but I gave it a decent score. And I do enjoy it, and I rewatched it, and I'll probably even rewatch the movie at some points because there's like really cool, funny moments. Like, hey, take the leg, and then they get the leg, and you can't even use it for nothing.
Like, I got the leg. You actually got the leg?
Yeah,
I didn't actually need it.
Need that shit.
It's like you didn't need it. It's like no, I didn't need it. No,
but stuff like that's hilarious and funny, and makes you laugh, and makes you giggle on the inside or whatever.
What's funny was like when they're all doing their plan, and then Rocket's like, "And I need his eye." And then Quill's like, no, he doesn't. No, he's like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do.
Yeah.
I need your eye. No, you don't need it. No.
But no, like I said, it's fun adventures and can have fun, but it's also okay to criticize it.
Yeah.
Like
I think everything about Rocket in this movie is hilarious. He's like, ha 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 ha, I am serious.
Yep.
Like the man.
No, all these characters, even Groot, a thing that goes around saying "I am Groot," even has his moments
Shout out
and
to
it's
Vin
fun to
Diesel.
watch him.
Shout out to
He's
Vin
like an
Diesel.
interesting character, and he
Yeah.
literally can't say but 3 words.
Yeah.
And like I said, he makes those characters fun.
Hey
And
man, you want to be honest with you? You want me to be honest? I'm gonna be honest. You know, people talk about Bradley Cooper trying to win an Oscar and all that jazz. He should have won an Oscar for this. You know what I mean? Because him as Rocket Raccoon is amazing. That's all I gotta say. But that's just me. But on that note,
hey, and like you said earlier, Gunn doing the movements and stuff
yeah,
for Rocket
Sean Gunn, it would
Raccoon.
be like a shared
Sean
Oscar.
Gunn,
Yeah.
he did an awesome, I thought you can even say an amazing job on the
Yeah.
movements and stuff of Rocket Raccoon. So here's to prove it. Sometimes nepotism ain't bad.
Huh?
Sometimes nepotism ain't bad.
And yeah, it ain't that bad. Yeah, man, you know, shout out to James Gunn.
Well, you know Sean Gunn only got that part because
Well, yeah,
James Gunn
I
directed
agree.
the damn
He has
film.
he actually has 2 roles in that film.
Yeah, but that's the point though, is like
Yeah.
he got that, but he did good. Like, so
He did good. Yeah.
sometimes nepotism ain't terrible.
It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. But on that note, thank you guys so much for joining us, guys. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and to our audio feed listeners, guys. This is going to be on its own audio feed. All the audio feeds are now individual. So look up Rewatchers Council MCU. So we would Rewatchers Council MCU. All the links are in the description. All of them, you know, go to so make sure to do that. I think links.lgr. I don't know for sure, but it'll be in the description. So make sure to do that. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube Music, Spotify. Look it up. We'll be right there. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Doing the
Matt.
Patreon and stuff like that. Like
Yes,
a
the
great man
Patreon
once
is up. The Patreon is back. So patreon.com/LGR_network. As
Yep.
well as we have our coffee still up. If you just want to buy us a coffee, which is a one-time donation, or join on a subscription base, it's open to both.
A great man once said, "I've got 5 on it."
Do. But thank you so much, everyone. Matt, where can people find you?
On here reviewing stuff sometimes.
All right, perfect. Justin, what about you?
Definitely on here doing the stuff. I'm gonna try to be trying to do a few more things with the channel. Just life's been busy. I'm older, working that full-time job, everything else, getting ready for all kinds of stuff and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do a little bit more coming up here pretty soon. Putting more stuff, consistency and stuff like that.
Yep. My name is Ferris, guys. You can find me here on our entertainment channel Thursday, Friday, Saturday, on all of the Rewatchers Council episodes, the MCU version. Today, Saturday, you're watching it right now at 3 o'clock. Yesterday, Friday, 3 o'clock on the Buffy version of the the Angel version of the Rewatchers Council, and live Thursdays at 3 o'clock for the Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the OG Rewatchers Council episode show. So we have a bunch of them, as well as on our sports channel, 5 o'clock on Fridays. Good Friends, Better Rivals, where we talk NFC East, Giants, Cowboys, some Commanders, some Eagles. So there it is. Today, I actually lost my head when I was ranting about the NFL. So I may have gone a little too far. But on that note, thank you guys so much for joining us. Have a wonderful time, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Did you sit on chocolate?